the most diverse endemic species and is considered to be a biodiversity hotspot in the entire world. However, as climate change continues, Sri Lanka will undergo widespread conditions of climate change, including climate variability and sea level rise, which will directly affect the overall abundance and security of the endemic species of Sri Lanka. Climate change will drastically alter the climate conditions of Sri Lanka, an island of roughly 25,000 square miles, because of its position in the Indian Ocean just north of the equator. The proximity to the equator is extremely imperative in understanding the severity of climate change. Countries located near the equator receive additional sunlight with less area to heat up, causing temperatures in this region to be much warmer than, say, the North or South Poles, where the distance from the sun is much greater and the area that the sun needs to heat up is much larger. For awareness through climate change education and local and global policy changes is the utmost important in controlling and offsetting CO2 emissions, so tropical islands located near the equator will not be drastically affected. There are an array of 26 endemic bird species that live in Sri Lanka's wet zone of the southwestern part of the island, including the green-billed cuckoo. The green-billed cuckoo is a medium-large bird with a blackish-brown body and a distinctive green beak. In 2010, the green-billed cuckoo was placed on the IUCN's Red List as a vulnerable species, mainly due to woodland environmental destruction. Sea level rise is yet another threat to this species because it will continually pressure humans further from the coast, deeper into the mountainous forest, threatening the green-billed cuckoo's primary habitat and breeding grounds. In addition to many bird species, Sri Lanka hosts 105 amphibian species, 85% which are endemic. Severe weather has been a huge predicament for amphibians in the southwestern part of the island. The bubble nest frog is listed as an endangered species under the IUCN Red List. There are declining populations with last count around 1,500 located in the southern canopy-covered forest, similar to that of the green-billed cuckoo. This particular frog species lives on the ground or on low branches near water sources. The main threat to this frog species is through habitat loss from increased human interaction and overexploitation of these woodland forests. Because global climate change is happening faster than predictions could have ever envisioned, education and public awareness is important in reducing our overall consumption of natural resources and limiting the amount of CO2 we emit. There are several non-profit organizations within Sri Lanka petitioning for a more sustainable environment for both humans and species alike. The Sri Lanka Wildlife Conservation Society has a main purpose in conserving the dwindling biodiversity within Sri Lanka. They have completed several conservation projects, including wetlands conservation and habitat restoration. Currently, the Sri Lankan Wildlife Conservation Society has 7 proposed projects they hope to take on in the near future. Another amazing conservation group in Sri Lanka prides themselves in protecting natural habitats and educating children through wildlife camps about the importance of Sri Lanka's rich biodiversity. The Sri Lankan wilds have been creating and maintaining natural habitats through knowledge and education over the last several decades. Currently in Sri Lanka, they have several nature parks that preserve habitats for more animals, but also foster a learning and educational environment for students alike. For more information about the Sri Lankan Wildlife Conservation Society and the Sri Lankan wilds, please visit the website at the end of this movie. There is little the people of Sri Lanka can do to stop the effects of climate change. It's already underway and not much can be done. There is only adapting at this point. The endemic species and their habitats will need to be protected through nature reserves, but also through government protection. An increase in legislation will undoubtedly help foster a better and more sustainable environment for both humans and animals alike, with the growing population to continue.